New Year's Eve celebrations turned nasty in parts of Perth last night, with a police officer knocked unconscious in Northbridge, party gate crashes wreaking havoc in Bassendean, and a man stabbed at another party. But despite the violence, police say overall most people were reasonably well behaved.
Nearly 500 West Australians have been charged after an ugly start to the new year. A senior police officer was among the victims of drunken violence.
A 53-year-old police sergeant unconscious on a Northbridge footpath. Comforted by his fellow officers as they wait for an ambulance. This was just after the clock struck midnight. The alleged attacker, a 19-year-old woman. Just one punch knocked the officer out, a king hit thrown from behind. The officer's okay today, but this was easily the low point in an ugly night that's resulted in 484 West Australians starting the new year with charges hanging over their head.
Get up, I'm on the floor, bro. I'm on the roof.
This is what they'd come to celebrate. Northbridge attracted tens of thousands last night. Up until midnight, it was a family-friendly event. But within half an hour of the New Year's commencement, things ran rapidly downhill. This man was hit in the face with a glass. Overindulgence, the common denominator, with alcohol fueling the fights as the night wore on. This was Rockingham, one of the few problems in an otherwise trouble-free night in the coastal city. Half of those charged last night were caught for serious traffic offences,
Mr. Big Puff, you're there for me, big bloke, thank you.
including 135 drink drivers. Getting home, as always, was the hardest part. This, the Northbridge taxi rank at 3 a.m. Despite it all, police say it's far from the worst year we've had.
We're pretty much pleased with the behaviour of the people. In most cases, I believe we've got people home safely, so we've achieved what we actually wanted to achieve for this New Year's Eve operation.
The woman charged over the attack on the police sergeant is likely to face a mandatory jail term if convicted.
There was a heavy police presence in the party precinct.
Good, and it's good to see there's lots of police, so it's been really safe tonight.
Officers charging 54 people in Northbridge alone. But police say most partygoers were well behaved. Usual trouble spots, Fremantle, Scarborough and Cottesloe were relatively quiet. But officers across Perth were kept busy on the roads. 135 people were charged with drink driving. The biggest drama for most revellers, getting a taxi home.
Sydney has set the standard for New Year's celebrations, and this fireworks show lived up to those high expectations. An estimated 1.5 million people lined the famous harbour, enjoying the spectacle from every vantage point.
They saw 12 minutes of multicoloured explosions illuminate the midnight sky. The theme of the night was Make Your Mark. The letter X beamed from the bridge at the stroke of midnight, eventually transforming into a handprint by show's end. The Sydney City Council described the display as the world's largest and most technologically advanced.
The city was packed shoulder to shoulder, tens of thousands ringing in the new year.
Happy New Year! Fireworks at the end, definitely. Worth the 11-hour sit on that piece of concrete.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Fabulous, our first time, and we've got to come back.
So we had this wonderful, safe night in our stunning city, and we had less events than you'd have on your average night in King's Cross. So thank you to everyone.
Not to be outdone, Melbourne also turned on the fireworks, 500,000 people flocking to the city after a 40-degree day.
Beautiful! Amazing! I've never seen it all around us. It's phenomenal.
Revellers of all shapes and sizes making their mark on 2011. Adelaide's forecast of 40-plus temperatures and catastrophic fire alerts made the beach the most popular party destination. but not all were able to cool off. Others were in more festive spirit.
New Zealand got the global party started, and the rest of the world quickly joined in. Fireworks thundered from Hong Kong's tallest towers, while Taipei's extravaganza let out a roar the envy of the world. Celebrations were more subdued in Tokyo, where monks welcomed the Year of the Rabbit.
In Japan, thousands of silver balloons were released.
50,000 partied at Vietnam's first ever New Year's countdown as Dubai turned up the heat with a fire, water and laser spectacular. Then the big one. As midnight ticked over, it was all eyes on London.
Big Ben's chimes were drowned out as fireworks exploded over the River Thames. The London Eye.
Brazil was next to see in the new decade before the annual hysteria in New York's Times Square. A spectacular finale to a day of rolling celebrations from one side of the world to the other.